Being an advocate is a lot of work. It takes a lot of mental energy, it takes a lot of emotional energy, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of intelligence, it takes a lot of patience. It's not easy. In order to be a very good advocate for something, you really do truly have to dive into all the history, all of the nuance, try to see both sides, try to figure out what the argument is, the core argument. Like, there's a lot. And then you got to show up. Then you have to show up with all of it. Then you have to expend your energy towards all of it. It consumes you. It consumes so much of your time, so many minutes and hours of your thoughts. But it's important, especially in a time like now where so much is going wrong. And unfortunately, we do not live in a society where those that have power, those at the top, those that actually have the ability, resources, rights, and privileges to do something about these horrible atrocities being committed in the world, do anything about it. We don't live in a world where they do anything about it. Think about it. Even those in so-called democratic countries where these representatives are elected, they're not listening to us. They're supposed to be representing us and voting for us. And instead they vote for their corporate donors. They vote for their bottom line. They vote for those things that are going to affect or impact the bottom line of their own bank accounts or the, you know, financial spreadsheets of whatever military industrial complex or medical company or whatever it is that they are involved in, engaged in, or whoever they owe for getting them into office. That's all that matters. Additionally, we don't live in a country where, hey, let's stop bombing children. Let's stop starving children. Let's stop forced labor of children is enough. Like, those sentences right there would and could solve so many problems, so many atrocities in the world, but it's never enough. Palestine is my issue, if you didn't know that already. My best friend in college is from Palestine, and her family always took me in on holidays I couldn't afford to go home. So that's one that I am passionate about. But I've spent hours on this issue, on this cause, and it does break my heart when I have people in my comment section accusing me of not caring about Sudan or Congo or some other issue, Ukraine. But I simply cannot advocate as well as I can for the Palestinian cause while simultaneously working 45 hours a week in a job that pays for the roof over my head and my child's head, be present for my daughter, try to maintain health, try to maintain a household, try to maintain having friends, try to maintain mental health, try to maintain physical health, keep the pantry and the refrigerator stocked of groceries, prepare said groceries to feed me and my daughter, take care of my dog. I don't have all of the time. I wish that I did. I am not an advocate by trade. So this video is a call on everybody who sees this video to pick up a cause. If you don't already have a cause, just pick one up. It doesn't even matter what it is. Maybe you want to get involved in your local animal shelter. Maybe pit bulls are your thing and you want to get involved in a pit bull rescue. They get a bad rap. They could certainly use all the help that they could get. Maybe it is Sudan. Maybe it's Congo. Maybe it's Palestine. Maybe you had an abortion once and it was the best thing that ever happened to you and you can't imagine how your life could be anywhere near what it is now had that available or that had that option been available to you. And so you want to advocate for abortion rights. Maybe you had an abortion and it was the worst thing you've ever done. And so you want to advocate to ban abortions. Maybe it's immigration. Maybe your best friend was just deported and you want to advocate for that. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day what you pick, but we all need to start learning and understanding what advocacy means, what advocacy takes, what it means to be an ally for something to someone. Maybe it's, you know, trafficking, maybe it's child abuse, maybe it's domestic abuse. We all need to start leaning into communities. We all need to start advocating and doing things for some sort of service outside of ourselves. We all need to start leaning so heavily into making this world a better place before we lose it, before this world is laying in ashes, before it completely crumbles, collapses, where we have no community whatsoever, where we don't understand what it means to care about something outside of ourselves. We need to pick up a cause, every single one of us, and go with it and be respectful about it. Right now, all we're doing is screaming at each other over red and blue. We're screaming at each other over votes. We're screaming at each other, but none of us are actually doing anything except screaming at each other on the internet. You want to scream at somebody because they voted for Trump and now, immigration policy is going to shit. But you don't actually want to become engaged and involved in an organization where you can help with that in any way, shape, or form. All we want to do is be keyboard warriors and scream and yell and fight, but we don't want to go to protests. We don't want to take the time to write our politicians. We don't want to organize or sign petitions. Like, we don't want to work in soup kitchens. We don't want to walk dogs at animal shelters. Like, pick something. That's all this video is encouraging. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying we all need to become actively engaged in making this world a better place so that my 11-year-old daughter, and I'm sure many of you guys have children as well, so these kids have like a decent world to grow up in. It's exhausting. It's tiring. I'm not going to lie. Being an advocate is hard work. But I really hope it pays off. I really hope that, I don't know. It's hard work. But it's worth it. At least to me it is.